All right. I wanted to do this for a while now. So, the topic title of this video is going to be I don't think Nintendo understands Metroid or the appeal of Metroid. Either that or something else. But that's the topic title of this video. And I'm gonna do a little like State of the Union kind of thing for Metroid now, because um, what prompted this video is RGT85. He said that um, Metroid cannot go past 3 million copies sold. So what he's talking about is hold on here, let me see. What he's talking about is Metroid Dread sold 3 million copies worldwide. That is with no nothing else, okay? This is a like true to form Metroid game at $60. Okay? So 3 million copies sold. $60, right? But here's the thing. Metroid has not been in the spotlight for almost 15 years. The last time there was a Metroid release, it was Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid 3. Metroid Prime 3, I should say. Okay? So that was the last one. We don't talk about Metroid Other M, so we're not gonna go there. But Metroid, um, I feel like Metroid can succeed more than 3 million copies sold worldwide. I think Metroid Prime 4 is gonna break the ceiling only if Nintendo puts their marketing muscle behind it. But what I think is Nintendo feels like they can't market Metroid, and they traditionally don't. They only do it with Metroid Prime, but the other ones they just put it out into the retail shelves and leave it there for the game to be bought or impulse buy. But the thing is, Metroidvania is a niche on its own niche. Okay? So, Metroid Dread, it sold pretty well. And it is a 2.5D game. You're gonna see it in a minute right now. So the whole allure of Metroid Dread and games like it, which is coined as Metroidvania, okay? It is a combination of games like Metroid and Castlevania. And when we're talking about Castlevania, we're talking about games like Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid and games that came after Super Metroid. Okay? Those games are Metroidvania. Okay? And the allure of Metroidvania is you're gonna see it in a minute. You're gonna see it in 1 minute. It's loading right now. This is not my video. This is another channel. I'm just using this as a background to tell a story. So, just 1 minute. You go to a planet. Right now, you're going to S833, if I remember correct. ZDR, I mean. This is YouTube's compression. Don't worry about it. But it's in 1080p. And Samus right here, she's ignoring the AI's commands.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They skipped a part of the story because this moves along a little later. Okay? Just give it a few minutes. Okay? A few minutes.
That elevator leads to the depths of an undercover facility. Signal quality is relatively low. Remote communication remains. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, get in contact. Ready injections, lady.
And here is where the story climaxes. But the answers comes later. So, as you can see, it skips. So now Samus is wondering where is her powers, or why does she look a little different? So therefore, this is where the game starts. Okay? So you are in a cave. There is a brooding feeling in the game, right? You have no idea what's going on in the game, right? There is this mysterious enemy out there in the world, right? But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna let the video run in the background. So, right here, Nintendo greenlights this game. They like the game. but they don't have the gumption, the cajones to market the game in TVs, magazines, the internet, whatever, and spend money to get this game to um, sell over 3 million copies worldwide. Um, However, at the same time, to be fair to Nintendo, they thought that the stride stand effect of the Nintendo Switch is gonna sell the game more than just marketing the game. But I would venture to say, if I was Nintendo and I want this game to sell more than 2 million or 3 million as a projection, I would go out there and start marketing the game more. And I'm talking about Metroid Dread. Yes. This is more of a high production Metroidvania than most of the Metroidvania games that are out there in the world. For example, it's competing against Dead Cells. It's competing against what was that other game? Bloodstain. It's competing against the other Metroidvania games. I'm drawing a blank here, but what I'm saying is, Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown, if I remember correctly, that game sold pretty well despite the price point. Ubisoft, the reason why this game sold less than the projection is because Ubisoft just has a lower reputation today. But Nintendo has a better reputation, so they need to like treat games like Metroid Dread like their passion project so that they can sell more copies. The attraction of Metroid is this idea that you're going to a cave and you're going to explore the whole map as if it's a sprawling world of monsters. Let's put it that way. So when you and that's the attraction. But I don't think Nintendo understands that allure. If you put a Metroid film out, for example, you're gonna get the same market as the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm talking about the Illumination film, Super Mario Brothers. I'm not talking about the 80s, 90s movie. I'm talking about the current one in 2020, that era. So, that film sold pretty well, not just because of the graphics, but because of the um, authenticity of Super Mario Brothers movie, and Metroid would follow in that footstep. And it is simple. All you have to do is put Samus in front of a mysterious planet and have this mysterious cave and this mysterious enemy and or organism because that's what you're battling against in most Metroid games. You're battling a virus kind of organism. In this game, you're battling against um not just this kind of robot. You're also battling against uh monsters from that world. And then there's, I'm gonna just say the spoiler, okay? Spoiler warning, guys. So later in the game, you go up against X. That's the organism that gets attracted to like monsters and slimy monsters, whatever you call it. So that's what you do. And this organism has two variants. One is the red one, and the other one is yellow. Either one gets attracted to this Samus character right here. This character ends up becoming the very organism that you're going like up against. Because Metroid, going all the way to the beginning, has always been about going up against the Metroid organism. There's multiple types of organisms. Okay? So in Super Metroid, you're battling against monsters and the space pirates. And then later, you go up against Metroids. And these Metroids are like brain you know those jellyfishes that you see in the seas? Like that, but it has a brain inside it. So the jellyfish enemies are Metroids. Okay? So these Metroids are to be extinct. So you end up destroying all of the Metroids. So here, which is more like a prequel than it is a sequel. This one wraps up the whole game, the whole franchise, when it comes to the story arc. What Nintendo wants to do is wrap up this story right here, move on to a brand new storyline, so that way they're not shoestring or hamstring to a storyline from the past. But from a sales perspective, Metroid can sell more than 2 million copies and 3 million copies. Yes, it can. All you need to do is put a commercial of Metroid in front of people, and people will eat up the game. And I'll tell you why. Because people are looking for like alien style stories. Okay? When I say alien, I'm talking about the James Cameron, the I think it's James Cameron film. So people love that kind of storyline. People love it. It's the same thing as people that love Predator films, because you're walking into a mysterious world. Like the first Predator film, you drop into a jungle, but a mysterious jungle. Okay? And you, okay? So let's say Arnold Schwarzenegger, in this case, the first film. So he goes in there and he doesn't know what's in that jungle, only to find out that he's going up against something that he has never fought before. And in this scenario, Arnold Schwarzenegger spends the next hour going up against a mysterious monster known as a predator. So the predator sits up on the tree and looks at you through a X-ray. And we have this dream video game in our mind. We would love to do that. And that came through Metroid Prime. Yeah. So in Metroid Prime, you can do like different types of visors. And one of them is the X-ray vision that you saw in Predator in Metroid Prime. So Nintendo fulfilled that dream. Retro Studios did that game, and they are the elite developer that makes the Metroid Prime games. But the problem with Nintendo is that they don't have this idea of what makes Metroid Metroid. They don't know what makes Metroid alluring, as going back to Super Metroid. And they marketed the game as this competition to Aliens and Predator. Those are films, yes, but Super Metroid was so pretty much like a scary game. If you saw the commercial today, you would think that this franchise is a scary game today. So when you play it, you have this atmosphere creeping up on you. Metroid Dread here does the same exact thing, and it dials it up little by little, little by little. And here, and as you can see, he's making progress in this gameplay. We're now almost 20% of the game right now. And you're right at the first boss. And this first boss is your introduction to this dreaded little robot. And you have to escape from that robot. Okay? And you're going between one area to the other to escape from it. So, what am I getting at? Nintendo really needs to understand why Metroid is alluring to Metroidvania fans and really market it as this scary alien game, because that's the allure of Metroid. And Metroidvania by itself, you're not just searching for a endpoint. You're searching for items. You're searching for weapons. You're searching for armor. And you're searching for this, that, this to progress in the game. By the end of the game, you become like a super soldier. So yes, a woman became a super soldier. Samus is a woman. You learn that in Super Metroid, or the first game. But the first game is more primitive, in my opinion. So, if there was a Metroid film, that film is going to sell so well if they do it right. Not none of this other M storyline. No. Just do the Super Metroid style. Do the Metroid Dread thing too. Do that. But you have to do it the right way with the right song. And especially the right song. Okay? The other allure of Metroid is the song and the music. The atmosphere, the sound, the emotion that it evokes. When I got to Burania for the first time, and I'm talking about the water stage, the first time I got there with that oozing music, I cried, bro. I don't care what that does to me. When I heard that song for the first time, I lost it. Because it brings me back to Brinstar, the green jungle floor. Brinstar has this music that grabs you, wants you to keep going, wants you to keep gathering intel, gathering a storyline, gathering this arsenal of weapons and powers and the armor itself or new upgrades. And as again, cinematic. So I don't think that Nintendo understands the allure of Metroid in the first place. Yes, they greenlit Metroid Dread, but I don't think Nintendo understands the attraction, the allure of Metroid or Metroidvania. It's the idea of going from zero to a super soldier. By the end of this game, you're not even a super soldier. You are a super human. You are a super alien. You are a super armor. You are a super soldier now. All that into one character. Because that armor that you saw at the end of Dread is not even human. It's not even like. It's hard to explain because you are a super soldier by the end of Metroid Dread when you defeat the boss, but the ending takes you from that super soldier and makes you a Metroid. That Metroid makes you a huge armor. So, when we're talking about Metroidvania, you go from zero to magician, from zero to super soldier, from zero to super armor that can withstand lava, thunder, whatever. So, Nintendo really needs to understand the allure of Metroidvania and Metroid by itself before they start doing whatever. If I was Nintendo and I do this today, Metroid Prime 4 needs marketing beyond just this trailer drop, this magazine drop, like those online websites. They talk about Metroid Prime 4 and how it feels. It needs to market to casuals. And those casuals, they will pick up this game. They just haven't exposed themselves to games like Metroid Dread or Metroid Prime. It just needs more exposure. Nintendo doesn't think it's that attractive, and it is. As a marketing guy, if I was the guy behind Metroid and I owned the IP, the intellectual property, if I owned it, I would market it to everybody that owns Mario games. For another example, even though that Mario players are a different breed, I'm talking about like the casual market. When I say the casual market, I'm talking about, let's say, Call of Duty. Those people just haven't been exposed to games like this. And Nintendo really needs to expose this game to other people, this series to other people. And so I really wish Nintendo really understands this, because you are marketing to the same people that bought tickets to see Predator or Alien. Those are the people that you need to market to. Same goes for tapes. The people that bought the tapes for Predator and Alien and the following films. Um, I don't know what else to say. I'm just saying that Nintendo doesn't really understand the allure and the attraction of Metroid in general. And so they really need to figure out before they start pushing for the next one. Because um, Metroid Prime 4 is more or less a test for the cross generation um, marketing. The game was originally revealed as a Nintendo Switch game. Originally, it was marketed as a Nintendo Switch game. So that's where I'm at. That'll be all for this video. Like, subscribe, share the video, talk about College X 360. I'll see you guys later. Stay awesome. See ya.